A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic escalation of tensions in the South China Sea, China and the Philippines have accused each other of illegal activities surrounding the disputed Sandy Cay, which is part of the Spratly Islands. This confrontation comes just as the United States and the Philippines have commenced their annual military exercises, known as Escalate, which this year features integrated air and missile defense simulations for the first time. The situation intensified on Thursday when Chinese state media reported that the Chinese Coast Guard had landed on Sandy Cay 2 weeks prior, unfurling a Chinese flag and asserting what they termed sovereign jurisdiction over the area. This claim was met with immediate backlash from the Philippines, which has maintained a military outpost on nearby Theta Island. On Sunday, amidst the heightened military presence, the Chinese Coast Guard accused 6 Filipino personnel of illegally boarding Sandy Cay, which they referred to as Tysian Reef, despite warnings from their side. Lu Dijuan, a spokesperson for the Chinese Coast Guard, stated that their personnel subsequently boarded the reef and investigated the situation, urging the Philippines to cease its actions, which they claim infringe upon China's territorial sovereignty. In response, Philippine officials have disputed China's assertions, emphasizing that the facts on the ground contradict Beijing's claims. National Security Council spokesperson Jonathan Malaya remarked, "It is not to the benefit of any nation if these things are happening, nor is it to the benefit of any nation if such irresponsible announcements and statements are released to the public and to the world." The Philippines Coast Guard has reported deploying personnel to Sandy Cay in rubber boats, observing the presence of a Chinese Coast Guard vessel and multiple maritime militia vessels. In a show of national pride, Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson J. Tariella shared footage of their flag being displayed on Sandy Cay, stating that the operation reflects the government's commitment to uphold the country's sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea. Meanwhile, Chinese state broadcaster CCTV released images of Chinese officers on the reef, claiming they were conducting cleanup operations while asserting China's indisputable sovereignty over the Spratly Islands. The ongoing conflict is part of a larger, decades-old dispute over territorial claims in the South China Sea, an area rich in resources and strategic shipping lanes. China has claimed nearly all of the sea, dismissing competing claims from other nations, including the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei. The recent military drills involving U.S. and Philippine forces have drawn criticism from Beijing, which labeled the exercises as provocative and detrimental to regional stability. U.S. Marine Corps Lieutenant General James Glenn, speaking at the opening ceremony of the military drills, emphasized the importance of the alliance between the two nations, stating, "Nothing builds bonds more quickly than shared adversity." The drills, which involve approximately 17,000 personnel, are viewed as a rehearsal for national defense, although Philippine officials have insisted they are not aimed at any specific nation. The presence of the U.S. military in the region has been a point of contention for China, which perceives it as a challenge to its territorial claims. The White House has expressed concern over reports of China's aggressive actions in the South China Sea, labeling them as threats to regional stability and violations of international law. National Security Council spokesperson James Hewitt warned that such actions could further escalate tensions in an already volatile region. As the situation unfolds, both nations continue to stake their claims over Sandy Cay, with no resolution in sight. The Philippines has reiterated its commitment to defending its sovereignty while navigating the complex geopolitical landscape shaped by China's assertive claims and the strategic interests of the United States in the region. The ongoing military exercises serve as a reminder of the fragile balance of power in the South China Sea, where territorial disputes remain a flashpoint for conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.